This is Steve Domenico from Domenico 101 MMA, and I'm here with Gary Balletto Jr., who's fighting for CES MMA 40.
Yep.
Thanksgiving Eve, November 23rd, this Wednesday coming up. And we're at Triforce Gym, where he just got done with a little training session and a little practice with some more training partners. So, nice to meet you, my friend.
Pleasure.
Thanks for the little interview. So, how you feeling coming up with this fight coming?
I'm feeling good. Excited, but just another day in the job.
Now, do you know anything about your opponent coming in, or is it just any opponent doesn't matter? You stick to your game plan.
Well, every opponent is different, and so each fight is fought differently. But as far as a solid game plan, I never have a solid game plan. It's always, everybody has a game plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
And it's it goes quite the opposite when everybody's got a game plan until you punch somebody in the face, and then they react different to where you thought they were going to do, and especially coming in with a boxing background and a strong jab right away, the way opponents react to me in the cage with them is different than what I watch them react to other opponents. So my game plan's constantly changing while I'm in there.
So you're always keeping them guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't know what they're getting.
I'm always keeping myself guessing.
Well, that's good. I mean, spur on, just react on it just like that. So you're training with Triforce right now. Is this the your main training camp, or do you travel a little around?
I was bouncing around a little bit, but here is my home base. My bat cave.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Pete Jeffrey is my head coach here, and Greg Rubello takes the time to work with me on specific aspects and things like that, from transferring from a boxing stand-up striker to mixed martial arts boxing striker.
Yeah, because you got to set up.
It's a lot different
things.
Yeah, it's a lot different now.
Yeah.
So.
Now you come from a boxing background.
Right.
Now you want to tell everyone who your dad.
Right.
Big boxer.
Yep.
Now, growing up with him, did he push you a little bit into the boxing? Did he give you free choice? Or
No, he never did. He never. I would say actually the opposite. That he never wanted me to box.
Okay.
He it was his thing, and he grew up as a family man and a businessman, and a boxer kind of on the side.
Okay.
Growing up and seeing what he did with his career is what, of course, inspiring for a kid. You see what Dad's doing. Dad's your hero growing up.
And he's a Superman.
So seeing what he's doing, of course, influenced me into that direction. And then when the time came, he was supportive of it, and he made sure if I was going to do it that I was ready. And so that's how we ended up here today. Actually, he always pushed me into the wrestling aspects of it. He wanted me to be more scholastic.
Okay.
About my athletics and I did it, and then ended up just jumping right back over the other side towards this stuff right away.
Well, I mean, maybe it's your call, and maybe you feel that in your heart. This is what I'm ready to do. Which you're an individual, so you're taking off.
Funny story actually is growing up, this stuff didn't really exist in everybody's mind and world. This stuff was like hidden. So growing up, my second boxing match, I was 5 years old, 5, maybe 6, and I fought here actually. It was Manfredo's at the time.
Okay, yeah. And another popular name in New England area.
Yeah, and so second round and into the fight. I'm getting frustrated. This kid's a good boxer. He's got experience, a little older than I was, and but they wanted to throw me in there, get me experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
Long story short, I end up picking him up, throwing him down, getting thrown out.
Yeah.
Right. And then let's say 11 years later.
Yeah.
Right. A couple fights in, doing more amateur boxing, and in the middle of a boxing match, it got heated up a little bit, and I did wrestling and training.
And you were like 16 at this time?
So at this time, 16,
all right.
16, 17.
Yeah.
And I had the judo background, the boxing, the wrestling background with it. So the opponent comes in and he goes to wrap up.
Okay.
Right, I'm hitting him hard. It actually just knocked him out of the ring. He came back in. He still had to go right after for the kill.
Yeah, so he's trying to hold on to you.
So he wraps up right away. Right up in the air, disqualified from boxing. I was actually suspended indefinitely. I had to appeal it.
Really?
It took me quite a little
Would
bit.
they go back to when you were 5 years old? Hey, this kid's gonna rap.
I don't think that came up.
Yeah.
I think
they let it go.
Right, maybe.
Unless your reputation followed you up.
Right. Yeah.
That's
so
pretty cool.
and in wrestling, I've been disqualified before a couple times for over-aggression and actually boxing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Everything you're telling me works out in MMA.
So right. So when this stuff came to exist, my dad right away said, "Oh my God, you nut job! This is perfect for you.
We have a home for you.
There's somewhere for you. You misfit.
Yeah.
So that's why.
And it's funny. Yeah, you have a home, and now this is actually MMA is taking. It's taking
it's
over.
Unbelievable. The fastest growing sport that's ever been seen, and just in the last 20 years it's been around or so. It's grown to huge proportions. It's now the premier entertainment of entertainment.
Exactly, and they're adding so much more. Just not fighting, they're making it evolve. And like you said, a lot of you fighters come in have a lot of the old timers that fought in the old days, bringing you guys up.
Yep.
They're bringing you up the right way of fighting, but you guys are in the new world.
Right,
show it to the new
and
to new
what's
fans,
so funny too is boxing's one of the most technical arts.
Yes,
of
like
mixed martial arts. It's so more so than Muay Thai, and more so than it's so precise with everything about the hands, and so of course my dad and his trainer before that he worked with me as well growing up doing the fundamentals reader, and so the fundamentals were always so sound, but going into MMA, everything's changed. Those fundamentals, they carry over, but they have to be adjusted now because, there's you don't have the big gloves to back you up.
There's different angles you're going to take.
You're threatened by takedowns. You're threatened by leg kicks, which is big for the boxing.
And like you said, when you're worrying about them takedowns, your stance is a little different than a regular traditional practice.
Yeah, I'd have my dad. He'll come in and he'll look at me and he'll see me do something one way, and no, kid, you're fucking wrong. Right? And I tell him, no, you don't understand. This is how this is done now. This is it's different. It's all range and motion and controlling that. Not you can't just run in and throw punches anymore.
And that's awesome how you're saying that, because he's basically taught you something, but you're teaching him back. This is a whole nother fighting system that he's basically a new fan to it also. So you're opening his eyes.
He's biased to the boxing.
I understand.
Oh, if I was in there, I'd fucking kill him.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he thinks Conor will get. Mayweather will. What's he think about that matchup? Yeah, Conor against Mayweather.
I haven't talked to him much about it, but I'm sure he thinks Mayweather would walk his way through it. As do I.
Yeah,
Conor's gonna punch his chance, but Mayweather's got the finesse
just pick him apart
for that kind of fight.
Yeah, that fight. So as far as you're fighting on the 23rd. Do you know what slot you are on the card?
I don't actually.
All right.
I know Greg Ribello's fight was dropped now. His opponent backed out, unfortunately, and I hear Todd Chatel's fight also dropped from the card. So that may have moved me up on the card, but I'm not sure. I don't push to be anywhere specific. I'd like to be the first fight.
Yeah. Go enjoy, hang out with the family, friends and stuff. Yeah, exactly.
But
so good.
They don't tell me these things.
Yeah, that's all right. You don't need to know. You just train here, and you go in. They throw you in that cage, lock it, and then you do your job. But,
exactly.
Hey, my friend, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll be definitely seeing you on the 23rd. I'll be down there rooting for you. Maybe I'll have you and your father together together. We'll have a little chat about. You probably tell little secrets about each other.
Oh yeah, we'll sit there and talk shit all night.
Yeah, I can imagine. But another thing now, just one last thing. All right, you're from Cranston. That's where I'm from. Born and raised.
Cranstonian.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, your sister is also in the entertainment. She sings at some of the national anthems.
She's picking up, and she's sang since she was a little girl. But, and she was always naturally talented at it, but he's been.
I watched him,
in
and that's the
there
thing about it. I mean, it's a
getting
talented
her,
family. It's just not. It's just not athleticism. It's everything. When you have talent, that gene carries through.
Yep.
But it's funny because I went to a smoker show a couple of months ago, and your dad was there, and your sister sang the national anthem. And I was watching your dad, and he was coaching her, kind of as she was singing. He's like,
because he's got to know it. He knows everything.
And it was awesome. I'm just like, that's a proud. Because I would be doing the same thing to my daughter. I'd be like, all right,
he does take a lot of pride in what his kids do.
Yeah, he's a proud dad. Yes, exactly.
And that's his place to do that.
Yeah, it's a fun. It's fun for all you guys just to know you're all connected in that way. But thanks, my friend.
Absolutely.
I love it. Cranston, my friend. All right, my friend. I'll see you train hard, and I'll see you on the 23rd, and we'll get that second win of yours, right?
Let's go for it.
All right, my friend.
All right.
Take care. You have a good night, brother.
Thank you.
From Domenico 101 MMA, I was Gary Balletto Jr. fighting at November 23rd, CES MMA 40. Thanksgiving Eve. Be there. It's going to be a huge fight for everyone in the New England area. Twin Rivers Casino in Lincoln. See you later, people. She called me yesterday.